It was a rainy evening, the kind that turns streets into rivers of light and reflection. Inside the Grand Moore mansion, Ethan Moore, a billionaire known for his wealth and power, sat alone in his study. Surrounded by gold, rare art, and luxury beyond imagination, he felt empty. Despite all his riches, there was something missing. Something no money could buy. Little did he know, the answer was already in his house. Her name was Lena, the new maid. She was quiet, unassuming, and polite. No fancy clothes, no attitude, just a soft smile and a humble heart. But Lena had something others didn't, a keen sense of people. She could see the cracks beneath the glitter. Ethan, as usual, barely noticed her. To him, she was just another worker in a sea of servants. But Lena saw him. She noticed how he lingered by the window, staring into the city as if searching for something he could never find. She noticed the weight in his eyes when he spoke to no one. She noticed the loneliness in a life surrounded by servants who served but never cared. One evening, a simple mistake changed everything. Ethan had ordered a rare vintage bottle of wine for a private dinner. But Lena, new and nervous, accidentally spilled it on the expensive Persian rug. Gasps filled the room as the assistants rushed to see the damage. The value was astronomical. Ethan froze. His face hardened. A sharp, cold tone cut through the air. Who did this? All eyes turned to Lena. I'm sorry, sir, she whispered, trembling. The room went silent. Servants braced for the storm. But Ethan didn't react, at least not immediately. Instead, he stared at her. Really stared. And in that long, quiet moment, something inside him shifted. He made a decision that stunned everyone. Lena, sit with me, he said. The maid, unsure if she heard correctly, obeyed. Ethan looked at her, eyes softening. You're scared, aren't you? She nodded. Do you know why I'm rich? He asked quietly. Lena shook her head. Because I have everything, except the one thing I've been searching for, honesty, kindness, people who care without expecting something in return. Her heart raced. She didn't speak. Ethan continued. Most people here pretend to serve me, but they only serve themselves. You've done nothing wrong. You were human. You were honest. And that's worth more than any rug. From that night, their bond grew, not in romance but in mutual respect and trust. Lena, the humble maid, became the only person Ethan truly confided in. He shared his fears, regrets, and lonely moments. But the real twist was still to come. Months later, Ethan received devastating news. One of his companies had been the target of a massive fraud. Millions were at risk and everyone panicked. Executives scrambled to save the business, but nothing worked. In desperation, Ethan turned to Lena. Do you have any ideas? He asked, half joking, half hopeful. Lena hesitated, then said something unexpected. Sir, maybe you need to see the problem differently. Not from the top, but from the bottom. Who actually touches the work? Who really knows what's happening? Ethan paused. And for the first time in decades, he listened. Following Lena's advice, he went undercover within his own company, meeting employees at the ground level, observing unnoticed processes, listening without titles or expectations. And what he discovered shocked him. The fraud wasn't coming from the employees. It was hidden in the boardroom. Trusted partners he had relied on for years had betrayed him. Because of Lena's insight, Ethan stopped the fraud, saved his company, and exposed the culprits. The entire city called it genius. But Ethan knew the truth. He owed it all to a maid. To the person who saw humanity before money. To the one who reminded him that wealth isn't measured in dollars, but in trust, honesty, and kindness. In the end, he promoted Lena. Not for loyalty, not for obedience, but for insight, heart, and courage. She became his closest advisor, the person who truly changed his life. Sometimes, life's biggest lessons come from the most unexpected places. The billionaire? He was powerful, rich, and untouchable in the world's eyes. But the maid? She was priceless. Because she reminded him, and all of us, that humanity matters more than wealth, and sometimes, the poorest among us are the ones who truly hold the power to change lives. If you love this story, like, subscribe, and share for more emotional, shocking, and inspiring stories. Remember, real wealth isn't what's in your bank, it's the impact you leave on the people around you. Yellow Heart.